Hello everyone, this is Sweta here and this is another video for the chapter comparing quantities. Recently I went to a restaurant and then my actual bill was 2655 rupees, but I have seen some other extra charges were also included in that, and the charges were like SGST, CGST and service charge, and then my final bill became 2974 rupees. So what are these extra charges which was included in my bill? So these extra charges are the taxes. Okay, so in today's class, I will be teaching you about sales tax and then we will see how to solve the problem related to sales tax. Now taxes. There are different type of taxes like direct tax and indirect tax. So in direct tax, we are paying the tax directly to the government. Okay, so the some of the taxes are like income tax, corporate tax. There are indirect taxes also which you are not paying directly to the government. You may be paying it to the shopkeeper and shopkeeper in turn paying it to the government. Like the taxes like VAT, GST, they all come under indirect taxes. And even what the bill which I have shown where CGST, SGST, service charges, they all come under indirect taxes only. Now, sales tax is charged by the government on the sale of an item. It is collected by the shopkeeper from the customer and given to the government. This is therefore always on the selling price of an item and is added to the value of the bill. Now, there is another type of tax also which is known as value added tax. But from July 1st, 2017, Government of India introduced GST in place of value added tax. And GST means goods and services tax, which is levied on supply of goods and services or both. Now, why the Indian government has introduced GST in place of VAT? Because the government have taken the shift from VAT to GST to create a more efficient, transparent and unified system. GST is further classified in three types based on the level at which they are levied, like CGST, SGST and IGST. Now this CGST is levied by the central government on supply of goods and services within the same state. Now, SGST is levied by the state government on supply of goods and services within the same state, whereas IGST is integrated goods and services tax. It is applied when goods and services are sold from one state to the another state. Now we will see few questions which is based on sales tax. So I have taken this question from Ncert textbook and this is example number 4. The cost of a pair of roller skates at a shop was 450 rupees. Okay, so the cost of the roller skate is 450 rupees. The sales tax charge was 5%. Find the bill amount. So in this original cost, when you include 5% of the tax in it, then what is the final bill amount? So whenever you are finding the sales tax, that value will get added to the original cost of the item. Okay, so first we will find out what is the amount of tax which we have to add in the original cost of the item. So the cost of pair of roller skate is 450 rupees and amount of sales tax is 5% of 450 rupees. So when I am going to solve it, we'll see what value I am getting for the sales tax. So 5% means 5 by 100, okay, multiplied by 450 rupees. And when I multiply it, I'm going to reduce it further. Okay, so I will get 5 times 45, which will give me 225 and this divided by 10. So the amount of sales tax which I am getting is 22 rupees 50 paise. Okay, so this is my amount of sales tax. Now this much amount I have to add in the original cost of the item to get the final bill amount. So the final bill amount will be cost of the item plus sales tax. So cost of the item was 450 rupees and just now I have calculated my sales tax is 22 rupees 50 paise. So my final bill amount will become 472 rupees 50 paise. Okay, so the final bill amount is 472 rupees 50 paise. Now example number 5. Wahida bought an air cooler of 3,300 rupees including a tax of 10%. Now what is the meaning of this including a tax of 10%? Means this is not the original cost of the air cooler. This will have original cost plus the tax amount. That together is 3,300. And we have to find the price of the air cooler before VAT was added. So the original cost of the air cooler you have to find, isn't it? And this 3,300 is given original cost plus tax. Now I'm going to solve this question using two methods. Okay, first what I will do, I'll assume the price of the air cooler before VAT added was X. Okay, so from here I can say that if the original cost is X, then the tax amount will be 10% of this original cost, which will become 10% of X, right? So from here I can write X plus 10% of X is 3,300, because this 3,300 will have original cost plus tax. So X is my original cost and my tax is 10% of X. So I'm going to solve it. So X plus 10% means 10 by 100 multiply by X. This is equal to 3,300. Now I'm going to simplify it, and if you take the LCM you will get 11x by 10, which will be equal to 3,300 rupees. And now to find the value of X, I'm going to transpose it to the right hand side. So 3,300 multiplied by 10 divided by 11. And when you simplify it further, 11 times 1, 11 times 3 is 33. So it will give me 300, and 300 into 10 is 3,000 rupees. So from here I can see that my price of the air cooler before VAT was added was 3,000 rupees. In this 3,000 rupees, 10% tax was included, and then my final cost of the item became 3,300 rupees. Now I'm going to solve this question using unitary method. Okay. Now, first we have to understand what is the meaning of this 10%. Okay, the tax is 10%. So what is the meaning of this? It says that 10% VAT means if the price without VAT is 100 rupees, then price including VAT will be 110 rupees. Now, how 100 became 110? Because if you 10% VAT means if price without VAT is 100 rupees, then the amount of VAT which is included in the item is 10 rupees. So the final price became 100 plus 10, which is 110 rupees. So now we are going to solve using unitary method. So I can write when price included VAT is 110 rupees, my original price is 100 rupees. Now in unitary method, you have to be very careful. Whatever you have to find, that you have to keep it on the right side. Now here I have to find the price of the cooler before VAT was added, means I have to find the original price of the cooler. That's why I have kept my original price towards the right side. Now, as it is a unitary method, so first I have to find the value for a unit. Okay, it means when price including VAT is 1 rupee, my original price will be 100 by 110 rupees, isn't it? Now what I have to find, when the price including VAT is 3,300 rupees, then what will be the original price? So now I know the value for one and I have to find the value for more. So we know that when you have to find the value for more than one, we have to multiply, isn't it? So I am going to multiply here 100 by 110 multiply by 3,300, and I have to reduce it. 100 times 1, 100 times 3, so it will become 30, and 100 into 30, I am going to get my answer as 3,000 rupees. So you can see I have used two methods to solve this question. Whichever method you are feeling comfortable, you have to use it. Now next question, example number 6. Salim bought an article for 784 rupees which included GST of 12%. What is the price of the article before GST was added? Now this question was somewhat similar to the previous example, example number 5. So again here this 784 rupees is having the tax also. Okay, it includes tax. What you have to find? You have to find the original price of the article. So again, I'm assuming the price of the article before GST is X. So from here I can write X plus 12% of X will give me 784 rupees. And now when I'm going to solve it, it will be X plus 12% means 12 by 100 multiplied by X, and this will give me 784 rupees. Now I'm going to simplify. 4 3s are 12. 4 times 25 will give me 100. Now if you take the LCM, it will become 28x by 25 is equal to 784 rupees. Now to find the value of x, transpose everything from LHS to RHS. So 784 multiply by 25 divided by 28. Now I'm going to use 4 table. Now how do you know which table you have to use quickly? Isn't it? If you take highest common factor, your calculation will become much easier. So I'm going to use 4 table. I know the divisibility rule of 4, that if the last 2 digit is divisible by 4, the complete number will be divisible by 4. So 84 is divisible by 4. So it will be 784 is also divisible by 4. And I know that in 4 table 28 comes, right? So I can use 4 table. 4 times 7 will give me 28. And from here I can write 196. 4 times 196 will give me 784. Now 7 table, 7 times 1 and 7 times 28. So the value of x is now 28 times 25. And if you multiply it, you are going to get the answer as 700 rupees. So the original cost of the article was 700 rupees. Now again I'm going to solve it using unitary method also. Okay, so in unitary method, what is the meaning of this 12% GST? It means that if price before GST is 100 rupees, then price including GST is 112 rupees, because the GST amount is 12 rupees. Percent means out of 100. So when the original price is 100 rupees, the GST amount is 12 rupees. So the price including GST will be 100 plus 12, which will give you 112 rupees. Now we can write, when the selling price is 112 rupees, the original price is 100 rupees. Now when the selling price is 1 rupee, the original price will become 100 by 112. And what we have to find? When the selling price is 784 rupees, the original price will be, so again I know the value for 1 and I have to find the value for more. So I have to do the multiplication. So 100 by 112 multiply by 784. Okay. So now I'm going to use the 4 table. So 4 times 2 is 8. 28 will give me 112. And here 4 times 25 will give me 100. Isn't it? Now again 4 times 7. And this will be 4 times 196. 7 times 1. 7 times 28. So I am getting my value here also, 25 times 28, and which will give me 700 rupees. So the original price of the article is 700 rupees. So now I'm going to solve the questions of exercise 7.2. Question number 1 is, during a sale, a shop offered a discount of 10% on the marked price of all the items. What would a customer have to pay for a pair of jeans marked at 1450 rupees and 2 shirts marked at 850 rupees each? So now here you have to be careful. It is given 850 rupees each, means this is the cost of one shirt. Okay, this is the marked price of one shirt. So to find the mark side of 2 shirts, you have to multiply it by 2. So now first of all, I am going to find the marked price of jeans as well as 2 shirts together. So marked price will be 1450 rupees plus 850 rupees multiplied by 2, because he has purchased 2 shirts. So the total mark price from here I am going to get as 3150 rupees. Now here the shop was having an offer. The shopkeeper was giving a discount of 10%. Okay. So that discount you have to calculate on the marked price of the item. So here my marked price is 3150 rupees. So the actual discount amount will be 10% of 3150 rupees. So discount is 10% of 3150 rupees. So we have to calculate it. 10% means 10 by 100 multiply by 3150 rupees, and when you further simplify it, you will get the discount amount is 350 rupees, isn't it? Now what you have to find, how much he will pay to the shopkeeper, right? So in the marked price you have to subtract the discount amount, then only you will get the amount which you are going to pay to the shopkeeper. So the amount paid will be marked price minus discount. Okay, so 3150 minus 315, and you will get here the price which you have to pay will be 2835 rupees. So I can say the sale price of the item is 2835 rupees. Now question number 2. The price of a TV is 13,000 rupees. The sales tax charged on it is at the rate of 12%. Find the amount that Vinod will have to pay if he buys it. Okay. So this is the actual cost of the TV it is given, and on this cost 12% tax is charged. So you have to find the final amount which he is going to pay if he wants to buy it, right? So from here we can write cost price of the TV is 13,000 rupees. Sales tax is 12%. So the amount of sales tax will be 12% of 13,000 rupees. So from here we can calculate 12% means 12 by 100 multiply by 13,000, and when you simplify it you will get 12 into 130 rupees, which will give you 1560 rupees. So this is the your amount of sales tax, right? So the amount paid will be cost of the item plus sales tax. So cost of the TV is 13,000. In that you have to add sales tax, which is 1560 rupees. So if you are going to add it, it will be 13,000 plus 1560 rupees, and which will give you 14,560 rupees. So he has to pay 14,560 rupees to buy the TV. Third question. Arun bought a pair of skates at a sale where discount given was 20%. If the amount he pays is 1600 rupees, find the marked price. Okay. So 1600 rupees is not the actual cost of the skate. Okay. So in this already discount was given, you have to find the marked price of the item. So if I can take let the marked price of the skate be X. Now in this marked price only you are getting a discount of 20%, and you know that to find the actual amount or the sale price of the item you have to subtract the discount amount from the marked price. So from here I can write X minus 20% of X is 1600 rupees. So now you have to solve it. So when you are going to solve, it will be X minus 20 by 100 multiply by X, which will give you 1600 rupees. And when you are going to reduce it, 20 times 1, 20 times 5. And if you simplify, it became 1 by 5x. And when you take your LCM and all, it will be 5 here. So 5x minus x is 1600 rupees. So 4x by 5 is 1600. Now transpose to the RHS. So it will be 1600 into 5 divided by 4. So 4 times 400. So 400 into 5 will give you 2000 rupees. So the marked price of the skate is 2000 rupees. Now you can solve this question using unitary method also. So you can try that. Already I have given that unitary method steps in the example questions, right? So just try it using unitary method also. Now question number 4. I purchased a hair dryer for 5,400 rupees including 8% VAT. Find the price before VAT was added. So this 5,400 rupees is having the original cost of the hair dryer plus tax. So again I'm going to assume let the cost be X, the original price be X. So from here I can write X plus 8% of X equal to 5,400. Now see, you have to be very careful. When you are getting a discount, you have to subtract the discount amount from the mark price. But when tax is added on the item, then you have to add that tax amount in the original cost of the item. Isn't it? So you have to be very careful about it. Now I'm going to solve it. So it will be X plus 8 by 100 multiply by X is equal to 5,400 rupees. I'm going to reduce it 4 times 2 and 4 times 25. So if I take LCM, it will become 25x plus 2x, which will give me 27x by 25, which will be equal to 5,400 rupees. Now I'm going to transpose everything to the right hand side. So it is 5,400 into 25 divided by 27. So now I am going to give one simple trick to all of you. See, when most of the student, what they do when they see these type of number, immediately they start multiplying and then they do the division. Please don't do like that. You reduce it further here only. Okay, it will make your calculation easier. So from here I can see 27 and 54 both comes in 9 table. So 9 threes are 27, 9 6 are 54. So it will become 600. Now 3 times 1, 3 times 200. So it will be 200 into 25. So your final answer will be 5,000 rupees. So the price before VAT was added is 5,000 rupees. Now this is the last question of the exercise 7.2. An article was purchased for 1,239 rupees, including GST of 18%. Find the price of the article before GST was added. So this 1,239 rupees which is given over here, it has original cost plus the tax. Okay. So again I'm going to assume the original cost is X, then X plus 18% of X will give me 1,289, and again I have to solve it. So it will become X plus 18 by 100 multiplied by X will give me 1,239 rupees. Now I'm going to reduce it. 2 times 9, 2 times 50. Now further I cannot reduce. I have to take LCM. So it will become 50x plus 9x, which will give me 59x by 50 is equal to 1,239 rupees. Now transpose everything to the RHS. So it will be 1,239 multiplied by 50 divided by 59. Now if you divide 1,239 and by 59, you are going to get 21. So it will be 21 times 50 and your final answer will be 1,050 rupees. So the price of the article before GST was added is 1,050 rupees. So that's all for today's class. I have covered all the example questions, all the exercise questions. Okay, please solve the exercise questions using unitary method also. Okay, unitary method makes your calculation very easier, and in very few steps only you can able to solve your question. So that's all for today's class. Please share with your friends. Thanks a lot.